Good morning, students. How are you all? Have you done chapter 5? If not, please do it. Reread it if you haven't understood. Try second time, and for any doubts you may ask, because we are going to start the second part of this chapter. In chapter 5, the 100 dresses, we did chapter 5, 100 dresses. This is part 2 of the same chapter, is continuing here also. In previous chapter, if you remember, what was the story? It was about 3 girls. If you remember, Wanda, Peggy and Maddie. So all these 3 girls, how they gone changes in their lives. How they, one girl, Wanda, she was struggling because of the discriminations done by other girls in our school. Okay, this we read about in her. And the theme of that previous chapter is interlinked with this chapter number 6 also. So what was the theme? If you remember, it was about discrimination and judgmental attitude of the people. Okay, how discrimination was done with the Wanda. If you remember, she was badly treated by the girls. She was mocked over, made fun of her dress and a way of even telling lies. According to them, she was speaking lie because she was not dressed up properly. So she was made fun by the girls. Okay, so this was in chapter 5. We'll be continuing here. At the last of the chapter, we read about her qualities came in front of us. What was the quality? That she was a good painter, a good artist, and a good artist. She drew paintings, 100 paintings, unimaginable. No one imagined that this girl will be such a good painter, but she made it. So this was her quality revealed in front of her classmate when she made all these. But by that time, she already had gone. We didn't know where she had gone. That was in the part 1. Okay, now in part 2 we will come to know that how changes came in the life of the other girls, other classmates of Wanda, and where Wanda has gone, and how she then reflects her reaction over their judgmental behavior. So this we will read about in that. So theme here will be remain this theme, what was discrimination and judgmental attitude of the behavior, will be changing here. What change will come now? The girls, the other girls and the classmates, the schoolmates of Wanda, what they will realize? They will realize that outer appearances are deceptive. So this realization will come in them, that a number of times we judge the people by their appearance. We forget that they may be having some caliber that is not shown outside with dress up sense and others. That may not be shown. They have forgotten this. Here in this chapter, they will remember, they will realize this that this may be the quality. Inner qualities are bigger than the outer appearance. Okay, this realization will come. And the second thing we will see the change in Wanda. Wanda, who rises above all the petty considerations. She, though she knew that the classmates' attitude was very bad, they were very judgmental, they were discriminated her for not being good like them, not wearing good clothes, but she forgave them. So this in the chapter, this chapter we will read out that how she forgave them and how she showed her large-heartedness to these girls. That though she was a small girl, though she was very poor, but she's having such a large heart that she could donate her favorite things to anyone. So this we are going to read in this chapter, chapter number 6. Okay, let's start. Read the chapter very carefully. So let's begin with the chapter. The 100 Dresses Part 2, written by Eleanor, states. Now in chapter 1, the painting competition already is done. Result is already declared. And Wanda, who was declared a winner, is not here, but the class continues as usual. There is teaching going on, but Wanda is not there. Okay, we will further come to know where she has gone, what happened with her. Let's see what happens. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Now, this is because Wanda is not there, but still the classes are going on. So, what happened? This is class scene when Mrs. Mason, you can see, Miss Mason, that was the teacher of these children, room number 13 and room number 12. Okay, the students who were studying in these rooms. So, this was the teacher, Miss Mason. She brought a note, she got a letter, and it was given by principal office to her. Miss Mason read it
several times. She read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Now see, when she got a letter from principal's office and she read the letter, and not only once, she read it several times. So then she clapped, then she called the children for the attention. She is clapping. Now what she said: attention class, everyone back to their seat. When the shuffling of the feet had stopped, till now there was movement, but when the teacher wanted them to listen, so their shuffling of the feet, the noise they were creating with their feet and were speaking, so all stopped and the room was still quiet. Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read for you. Now she was serious when she read the letter. She was very serious, and now she was she informed the class that I have got this letter and it's written by the father of Wanda. Okay, so this letter she is saying, I want to read for you. There is something for you. Now Miss Mason, now she is talking about the letter. Miss Mason, then she stood there for a moment and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. Now see, silence when she was reading, so everyone was very carefully listening what was written in the letter, because they wanted to know about Wanda, where she has gone, and maybe this letter has brought her information. So everyone was very silent but tense also when they saw the tense face of the Miss Mason, the teacher. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately, as if she wanted to say something serious. So she made that pose and her manner indicated that she was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance, and everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. So when she made up just that pose, that serious look she gave, that everyone was serious, that something serious was there in the letter of Wanda's father. So they wanted to know. Now they are waiting the letter to be read. Now this was the content written in the letter. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Jake's reference is not here, given in the previous part. Maybe he is the brother of Wanda. So father, what he is announcing about, that Wanda is not coming to your school anymore, and my son also, my children will not come to your school. Now we move away to big city. No more holler polak. Now see, the ironical words are being used here. He's saying we are going from here and we are shifting to a big city. So there we are shifting where there will be no holler polak. Holler polak, if you remember, she was being teased, and holler here is loud shoutings. And polak refers to offensive words, because maybe father knew about that Wanda was used with Wanda, her ragging was done, students used some wrong words for her and they teased her maybe. So he's talking about that we are going to a big city. Now you be there, we are going, no more care, there will be no, we are going to that city where there will be no loud shout over my children, where no one will speak any offensive words to my children. No more ask why funny name, and no one will ask the funny name of my child. No one will say that you have a funny name. So we are going from there. And plenty of funny names in the big city. Say we are going such a big city, there no one will say like that. We are shifting to that city. So all this letter, within some words only, father has revealed his inner feelings, how bad he was feeling when at the Wanda also and father also, how badly they were feeling when the children were ragging her, when the children were speaking wrong words to her, offensive words they were speaking for her. So this father knew, and he is saying that we are saying goodbye to your city, because here my children were treated badly. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. Jan Petronsky is the father of Wanda Petronsky. So this was written in the content. That's why the teacher was very serious when she was reading the chapter. So now, when the letter was being read here, so what was the reaction of the children? How did they respond? Let's see. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. When this letter was being read, so everyone was, deep silence was there. Maybe everyone was seriously listening what father was saying, because they knew they had done wrong, and father also knew it. So they seriously listened, and maybe they were guilty also for their behavior, because just now they have come to know the qualities of Wanda, that she was a great artist, and they made fun of her. So this way they are serious. Miss Mason took off her glasses. Now she took out her spectacles, blew them on them, wiped them on her sofa with her white handkerchief, and then she put them on again, looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. Okay, so now see what the teacher again, her pose. She took out her glasses, her spectacles kept there on the table as if she was very serious, and she was very frustrated over the behavior of the students. And now when she was speaking to the class, her voice was very low. Till now she was very right, or she was all right. She was happily teaching to the students, but now when she was speaking after reading the letter, her voice was very low, maybe because she was not feeling good when she read these words that her children has abused, or her class has any time spoke wrong words for Wanda. I'm sure that none of my boys and girls in room number 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be long and unfamiliar one. Unfamiliar is the strange one. Okay, now what she's saying? She's saying now when she read and she came to know the reality, then she looked towards the students, that I'm sure that my students in room number 13, the students of my class, they would deliberately, knowingly, they will never hurt anyone's feeling, because I know you can't do, because and for such a petty issue that someone is having a strange name, can you mock over that person? So she is ironically talking with them, explaining to them that what they were doing. I prefer to think that was said and was said in thoughtfulness. She's saying now what she's saying, that if this was said, I know that this was done, it was a work of carelessness. Thoughtlessness is carelessness, that you have done is carelessly you have done it, and not carefully. I know that you, all of you, feel the way I do. This is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad, both, and I want you to think about it. Now she is saying, what she is explaining them, that if this was there, if you are speaking like that, this careless work was done, you were using these offensive words, I hope that this is very unfortunate thing you have done, very sad thing you have done, and I hope that next time you will not do it. I want you all, what she wants them to rethink what they to just think about their action, what did they do and how did it hurt the feelings of Wanda and her father. Now she want them to think over that what they have done, so that in future they do not do it again. Now again, the first period was a study period, and Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on the work. Now see, teacher has read her lesson, the class is over, and again the daily routine work started. But here, the first person who was badly affected after getting this letter of Wanda's father, it was Maddie, who could not concentrate and who was badly affected she was hurt over the feelings she was getting, that they really did bad with that girl. And to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. Now, she could not concentrate, and what was the effect on her? When she realized that it was all wrong what they were doing, and she could not concentrate in her work. She could not even, she was getting problems, some sort of problems in her stomach, means here something wrong was happening, something was going on in mind. Naturally, when something is working upon your mind, so you feel less energized, you feel like you are sick. So she was getting the same feeling. Now, true, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many classes she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. Now she again she is thinking about that it was true that we all the times we have done wrong, we teased her all the time, every time asking, listening, while though she is saying I did not say anything to Wanda, but I listened, I enjoyed listening that wrong I was doing. I did not say she is saying to Wanda anything, but at least I was listening to it, and I enjoyed that listening. And when she was teasing her how many dresses she had in her closet, but she said nothing. And what was guilt? There is a guilt in she is feeling guilty. Okay, so now she is saying that it was her conscience was pricking, that it was wrong, that she was also listening and she did not try to defend this girl. She did not say at the time when wrong was happening. She had stood by silently, but this was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Now she is feeling guilty that it's same fault is her also, as Peggy was teasing. When Peggy was teasing, though she was not doing anything, Maddie was not doing, but she is equally criminal like Peggy. Worse, she was a coward. Why she was so she's saying it was even worse than Peggy. What was why? Because she was a coward. She did not have a courage, though she knew it was wrong, but she did not have courage to stop that girl. At least Peggy had not considered they were being mean, but Maddie had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. Now, what she's saying, now see her feelings. Now she's saying that though Peggy never thought about it, that this is wrong, but she knew it, that it was wrong, because she was also as poor as Wanda was. Though and but though not condition was not so worse like Wanda, but at least she was poor, and they were doing wrong. She knew it, but still she did not stop her. She would have understand that she would have kept herself in Wanda's shoes, but her place, if she had kept herself and should have felt that feeling what Wanda may have been feeling, that wrong she would never have done. She did not have tolerate that wrong task being done with the girl. So her conscience is pricking her, and she's feeling bad that at that moment when wrong was happening, when the things were happening, she did not stop. So she was equally even worse criminal than Peggy. Peggy did not understand, Peggy did not think that it was wrong. She had her own reasons, but Maddie knew it, that it was wrong to speak like that, but still she did not stop, and that was wrong on her part. Now, goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? Now she is cursing herself. She's cursing that why could not she do anything to protect that girl? Why she could not do anything to stop all those things, all those abusive words, all those teasings? And when the girl was feeling so bad, maybe the girl was embarrassed at the moment, maybe she was in depression at that moment when she was listening to those comments. If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie had to do something. Now, she was, because this is class going on, and she is lost in her own feelings and in her own thoughts. She could not concentrate. Now, when she was thinking all, she looked towards Peggy, and Peggy, who was cool, who did not have any guilty conscience was not there, and she was studying as usual as she used to study. But Peggy, Maddie was feeling very bad that she will do something, definitely will do something, so that she can overcome for doing that wrong thing what she has done in her life, so that she can make over that. Then she had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Now she thought up. She's saying, okay, I will repent for that what wrong I did, and now I will make over the things again. I will try to change the things again. I will try to be friend with Wanda. I will feel sorry from her. So maybe she hasn't moved away from the city. Maybe they are planning and they haven't gone. So she has thought that she will be meeting Wanda. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights. Heights is the place where Wanda lived. they would tell Wanda that she had won the contest, and they thought that she was smart and the 100 dresses were very beautiful. Now she made up her mind that she now will be going to Wanda. She will meet. Maybe Peggy would like to. She will ask Peggy to go to her house. If she do not, she alone will go. Otherwise, they both will go. And then they will go and tell Wanda that she has won the contest and she was very smart. They were sorry that she spoke wrong words for her, and her beautiful dresses what she made were very beautiful. So she is thinking that now she will go to Wanda and now ask for forgiveness from her. Now then what she talked about, when the school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with pretended casualness, hey, let's go and see if the kid has left the town or not. Now Peggy, because she was a fast friend, she talked first with Peggy. Let's go and talk with Wanda. She was confident that Peggy will accept her, accept whatever she is saying. So she asked her to go and meet Wanda. So Peggy had some idea. Maddie glowed. So Peggy was really all right. Peg was really all right. So this is not Maddie's idea first. Peggy said. It was Peggy. Maybe Peggy, although she was not showing that guilt in her actions, but now maybe she also was thinking, Peggy was also thinking that they should meet Wanda and tell her that she was a good girl. So now they both, Maggie glowed, Maggie was happy, Maddie was happy that Peggy had the same idea what she was having. So Peggy also was thinking to meet Wanda, and Maddie was also thinking to meet Wanda. So both were happily they were happy that now they will be meeting the girl. The two girls hurried out of the building up the street towards Boggins Height. Boggins Height, again the place where Wanda lived. So now these girls both planned and they went there. The part of the town that had such formidable air on this kind on November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismal. Damp and dismal here is something wet. Damp is something wet and dismal is sad. Something sad looks something where they were getting. So they went to that place which looked very damp and which looked very sad place, lonely place where no activity was there. So in this November month, this place was very quiet and sad. They went to meet Wanda and now they are going to talk with her. Well, at least said Peggy gruffly. Now when they are planning, so because Peggy is a carefree girl, she did not care about the things much. Okay, so now when they are going there, she gruffly here is gruffly word, if you can see, gruffly means here something roughly, because she was not so deeply, she was not thinking that anything wrong happened, but she just carelessly said, I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb. And Gee, look, Gee is a word used for showing some, expressing some surprise. Look how she can draw. Now what she's thinking, what she's saying, I never thought that this girl can feel like when we were commenting over turn, I never thought that she may be feeling bad, because she never showed any sign of something embarrassment on her face. I thought she was too dumb. I thought she's saying, I thought she was always a foolish girl and she did not know anything what was happening. But see how beautifully she could draw. I think this is unimaginable. She is saying that she could draw so beautifully. I never imagined this thing. But she is happy over that she was a good artist. Maddie could say anything. Now, what was Maddie's reaction? Maddie could say nothing. Now, she could not say anything because again, same feeling are coming that if she kept herself in Wanda's shoes, how she would be feeling. So that feeling was coming to her mind. She did not say, because Peggy, she was a rich girl. She did not know the sufferings of a poor child, and but Maddie understood it well. So all she hoped was that they would find Wanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry, they had picked on her, they had made fun of her, and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away. Everybody would be nice. she and Peggy would fight anybody who was not nice. Now what she was thinking, Maddie was thinking something else. Okay, so what she was thinking, she's saying, now we'll be meeting to this girl, Wanda, and we'll try to explain that sorry for mocking at her, to her, with her, on her, and now they will not do anymore. And if anyone else, if they mock over her name or tell something, she and Peggy, Maddie and Peggy, both will defend her, and they will fight for her sake. They will not make anyone to say anything to her. So this was, she was planning. The two girls hurried on. They hoped to get to the top of the hill before the dark. So because it was evening, so they wanted to go back hurriedly to their homes also. So they hurriedly reached to the house of Wanda. Now, I think that's where Petronsky lives, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house. So when they reached to that place, they saw a little white house. So Maddie guessed that maybe this is the house where Petronsky's family lived. Wisps of old glasses struck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. Okay, so now she is guessing. She does not know this is actual house, but she was guessing that maybe wisps here. Wisps are a bunch of grass was growing here and there, and in the pathway from where they were going. And when the house and its sparse little yard looked shabby but clean. Sparse is little, very small, less in less area. So when they reached the house, it was made up a small house. It was there. It looked shabby, an old one. The shabby is in poor condition. Maybe it was used for a long time. Maybe it was not maintained properly, but it was clean. It was not dirty, it was clean. So it reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. So when she saw the house, she remembered something, that whenever she used to wear her dress, her uniform, it was blue colored. Though she's saying it was a faded one, but it was never dirty. It was shabby, it was in old condition, but it was very clean, neat and clean it was. So she remembered, she tried to compare the house with her dress. Now, then what happened? There was not a sign of life about the house. When they are trying to see who was there at the home, so there was not a sign of life about the house. Life of about the house means there was, maybe it was looking that no one was living in the house. Okay, so all maybe have left. So Peggy knocked firmly on the door, but there was no answer. Peggy knocked on the door, but there was someone maybe not inside the house, so no response came. She and Mary went around the backyard, knocked there. Still there was no answer, and there was no doubt about it that Petronskys were gone. And how they ever make amends? How could they ever make amends? Now, they tried to know if there was something in the house. They knocked at the back door also, they knocked at the front door also, and now there was no response. So then they have now guessed that the family has gone, and now they can't. So a bad feeling was coming in them, guilty feeling was coming in them, that now they can't make amends. Make amends is to show their regret, that they were feeling bad, they have done wrong with her. So they turned slowly, made their way back to the hill, down the hill. Naturally, they could not stop there. Now they wanted to go back to their home, but they were feeling bad that they could not meet the girl. Then, well, anyway, said Peggy, she is gone now, and so what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawing. See, the girl, because she's a bold girl. Okay, so instead of feeling guilty and bringing bad feeling to her, she's consoling herself. Okay, so how she's consoling? Let's see, when I was saying when I was commenting over her dress, you know, she was getting the idea at that moment that she should make a painting about the same what they are talking about, the dress. So she might not have won the contest otherwise. How she's consoling herself that if I would not have commented over her, she would not have made such beautiful paintings and she would not have won the contest. So it's okay, whatever happened, happened now. Maddie turned this idea carefully over in her head, for if there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. So she is consoling to both. Maddie was also feeling like that if this was so, and if this was the reason of her good paintings, then it's not a thing to be felt so badly. So it's okay, whatever happened now. But again, but that night she could not get to sleep. She could not sleep properly at that night because her mind, again, her mind was pricking her. She thought about Wanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived in, and she thought of glowing picture those 100 dresses made all lined up in the classroom. So the whole night she could not sleep. What was coming in my mind? It was coming the idea of those pictures, Wanda standing and standing in a line, and she's talking about dresses, that see, I have 100 dresses, all are lined up in the classroom. So this dream, she was in the dream also, she saw this was happening with the Wanda. Now this again, at last Maddie sat up in the bed, pressed her forehead tight in her hands, really thought this was the hardest thing she had ever done. After a long time, she reached an important decision. Now when she could not sleep properly and she was thinking, she was getting badly, she was affected of that thought that they have done wrong with Wanda. So now she made up, as if she resolute something, that from today I am going to do this. So important decision she took at that moment. What was that important? That she was never going to stand by and say nothing again. What she was going, that she would never stand a quiet dummy, like a quiet dummy. She will not stand like that. Rather, what she will say, she will never stop this. She will stop other people not to do these things. So she thought this thing in her mind. If she ever had anything pricking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she would speak up. She will because this was her thought coming in her mind, that it was wrong they have done. Now she is making her mind that now in future how she will behave. She is saying she will speak up. She will stand against against any wrong by anyone done by anyone to anyone. She will stand against that and she will stop everyone. So this she thought at that moment. Even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship, she had no way of making things right with Wanda. But from now on, she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. Now Peggy was her best friend and she could never lose her friendship. Now, but she's thinking that even Peggy break friendship with me, then also I will defend any weak person like Wanda if she is done wrong with anything is done wrong with her. Now this is all going on in her mind. Now the next, then what happened on Saturday? Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. Now on Saturday, Maddie, because they were friends, they used to go to each other's house also. Now when she was in afternoon, she was with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petronsky. So they planned that now Wanda is gone. Both of the girls, they are planning again and again that how they can reach to Wanda. So now they thought they will be writing a letter. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest, telling Wanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were, and they asked her if she liked where she was living, if she liked her new teacher. Now this is all information. Now they wrote a friendly letter. They told about her drawings and the contest that she has won. And now again in the letter they are asking that where are you living. They want to know her address, that where are you living now, and who is your new teacher, how is she. So they are asking her information so that they come to know about the girl. They had meant to say that they were sorry, They wanted to apologize from the girl, but it ended up with just writing a friendly letter. But so friendly way it became in the writing, as if she was a friend, and nothing wrong happened, and they were asking about her well-being. So this way they wrote the letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend. So it was such a letter they would have written to any good friend. So they wrote to Wanda. They signed it with lots of X's for love. So lots of X's for love they signed at the last, that they are as if she is a good friend, and they want to meet her, they want to know about her. So they mailed the letter to Bogin's house where the girl lives, though she is not there, okay, in Bogin's house. But still the address was written of Bogin house, writing. And what was writing outside on it? Please forward on the envelope. Okay, so when the envelope was address was written, it was of the Bogin Heights, but on it was written please forward, so that the post office employers, maybe when they will reach to the house of Bogin Heights, and they may be knowing her actual address now, where she may be living, so they will forward this address, this letter. So then days passed and there was no answer. So letter had gone, days passed, there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. So now these girls are guessing. They are saying that though they haven't got any answer of the letter, but the letter did not came back. It means the employer, the postmaster postman may have given this letter to Wanda. She may have received it if it has not come back. Otherwise, mostly when they do not get the addresses, so the letter is reached back to that place from where it was sent, but it did not come back. Perhaps she was so hurt, angry, that she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. Weekly went by and still Wanda did not answer. Now they are guessing now that maybe she is badly hurt over there, and she was very angry with them because they have hurt her feelings. So maybe she doesn't want to answer their letter. So that's why she may not have answered. So they are guessing on their own. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business. Peggy, the things came out of her mind. Now slowly she was becoming busy in her daily routine, daily schedule. But Maddie put herself to sleep at night, making speeches about Wanda, defending her from the great crowd of girls who were trying to tease her. How many dresses have you got? But it was Maddie. It was Maddie. Though Peggy was not much concerned now, she was forgetting the incident. But Maddie could not forget. She again was having the same dream that Wanda was standing, girls were teasing, but now when Wanda was being teased, Maddie was defending Wanda from the crowd of the girls, that stop this teasing, don't say anything to Wanda. So she was getting imagination about all those dreams she was having daily. And before Wanda could press her lips together, now she is imagining that now Wanda is being faced with those girls who are teasing her. So before Wanda could press her lips together in her tight line, and the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. What she is imagining, that it was Wanda was when being teased, that how many dresses you have. So maybe Wanda would have answered the same, I have 100 dresses. But now in her dream, Maddie came to defend the girl. She is saying she always used to spoke. Now in her dream, stop this all. And the children who were abusing her, who were using offensive words for her, so they were feeling guilty, and they stopped doing that. So this was all going on in Maddie's life. So now the days passed on, keep on passing. Now it was Christmas time, and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells, the small tree decorated the classroom on the last day of the school. It was the last day of the school before holidays, Christmas holidays. So Christmas was to be celebrated in the school. So children were preparing for that. Before holidays, teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. And before holidays, one day before, maybe when Christmas day was there, so another letter reached to the class, and the teacher showed them again that there is a letter. And whose was the letter? You remember Wanda Petronsky. The gifted little artist who won the drawing contest? Well, she has written me. I'm glad to know where she lives because I know I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. Now, teacher was very happy when she announced that, see, I have got a letter, and do you know whose is the letter? It was of Wanda Petronsky, and I'm very happy that now I know her address, and now the medal she won in the contest I will be able to send to her. Teacher is very happy. The class sat up with sudden interest and listened it attentively. So class, when they listened Wanda Petronsky, so all wanted to listen what was there in the letter. So they all stood to listen. Now, what was the content? See the letter. What was written? Dear Miss Mason. So the letter was addressed to Miss Mason, not to the girls, to Miss Mason. How are you? And room 13. Room 13 is the room where she used to sit, her room. The class students of that room, she is asking about their welfare. How are you and the other children of the class? Please tell the girls that they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. So same dialogue she is using in her letter also. She is saying, tell the girls those about those 100 dresses that they whatever, maybe she has now 100 dresses she is talking about here. Now you can see that maybe the girl has got the letter of Wanda and Peggy because she's talking about the 100 dresses. She may have come to know about the contest. She may have come to know that she has won the prize. Now she may have got. That's why this reference is being given here, that those 100 dresses all lined up in the closet. She's in the class now. She's saying children can take it and they can use it because in my new house I have a number of other dresses, she's saying, but these children can have these dresses. Now when she is talking about with now Peggy, I would like that girl Peggy to have drawing of the green dress with red trimmings and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. Now she is referring the name of Peggy, she is referring the name of Maddie. Now because of maybe the letter she maybe, or maybe because she also thought like she was one of the friend. Now she's saying what she's saying, that I want Peggy to have that green dress. If you remember, she earlier they used to talk about a green dress and a blue dress. They used to talk and she used to tell that I have a green dress, and the girl used to say that you may be looking like a Christmas tree in that, and a blue dress also. So what she is saying, that I want that Peggy to take the green dress with red trimmings over it, and I want Maddie to have the blue dress with her. Those paintings, she is referring to those paintings, that those paintings can be given to these girls, Peggy and Maddie. I miss the school. I miss that school, and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Happy Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. Now actually now she's because they asked about her teacher in the letter. The reference was given when Wanda and when Peggy and Maddie, they asked in their letter that how is your new teacher, tell about that. Now what is the answer of her? That I miss my old school, and that old school, and all the friends also, and my new teacher, though she is good but she is not equal like you. So she is, you people are better. I miss you all. This is she is telling in her letter. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. So this was the content in the letter what she has written. On my way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully, and all the house had wreaths and wreaths here is the hangings, the some circular hangings like that, something was hanging because it was a day, Christmas days was Christmas days were there, so houses were decorated, and so the houses had wreaths and holy in the windows. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the window candy peppermint sticks and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper were struck. So this because on Christmas people they decorate their house, so different things were being used for decorating the house, for decorating the doors and windows, and air smelled like Christmas. All lights shining everywhere reflected different colors on the floor. So everything was shining and all were happy, all were celebrating. It was a Christmas time. So now on those during those days, what happened? Boy, said Peggy. Boy word is used here to show some sense of surprise here. Exclamatory word is being used by Peggy. This shows that she really likes us. Now she was happy when she came to know that in the letter she has given a reference of we people. It means she likes us. She, as we like her now, she also likes us. So it shows that she just got our letter, and this is her way of saying that everything is all right, and that's it. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. Then now she's saying that because though she is a good girl, and now she likes the girl, and she's saying this letter she has written, she has given our reference. It means Wanda also like we people. So she's very happy for that. I hope so. And said Maddie sadly, but she felt because she knew that she would never see the little tight lipped Polish girl again, and she could not ever really make things right between them. So now Polish again, Poles girls or girl who was from Poland, they used to call her Polish girl. Now she is saying that Wanda, Polish girl is Wanda, that now they were feeling bad that now they will not be able to meet her, but she was at least happy that this girl Wanda, she liked Peggy and Maddie. That's why reference was given, and she has answered their letter also. So she was very happy about that. Then what happened? Then she went home. She spun her drawing over a torn place in the pink flower wrapper. Now these paintings were given by the teacher to them. Okay, now they have these paintings with them, and they took it to their home. She went home and she pinned up her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. So, and the shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Now, Maddie took her painting. Peggy also take her painting to their home. Now, when she took it home, she pinned it on the drawing on the wall, which was covered with the wallpaper. So because her house was also shabby, and this bright color painting was shining there nicely. Mary sat down on her bed, looked at the drawing she had stood by, and said nothing, but Wanda had been so nice to her in any way. Now she was looking over the painting. She was happy that the painting was given to her by Wanda, and she was continuously looking towards the painting. Still maybe the things were going on in her mind. So now tears blurred her eyes. Now when she was looking at the painting, what was happening again? She became emotional. She was emotional, and she could not stop the tears coming out of her eyes. Because again here, when tears came out of her eyes, what happened with her? She gazed for a long time at the picture, and then hurriedly she rubbed her eyes, studied it intently, very deeply. She studied something she observed in the painting. When she was looking at it, when she was weeping, then what happened? She observed something, and quickly she wiped out her eyes, and then she saw at it deeply. What she saw? That the color in the dress was so vivid, so different, that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing till now, because the bright colors were being used in the painting. So till now she did not notice the face and head of this drawing, but now when she observed the face and head of this drawing, what she saw? It looked like her. See, it looked like her. It looked like Maddie. The face given to this painting was just looking like Maddie. Maddie, it really looked like her own mouth. Why? It really looked like her own self. Wanda had really drawn for her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy. So when she observed that the face which was made by or given to that painting, it looked like Maddie. So she was very surprised to know that Wanda, when was drawing, so she had made the face of Maddie. She intentionally she have given that picture to that drawing, because she was making for her only. So she was very happy, and she now ran to Peggy. Now she went to Peggy's house, and because she wanted to see her painting now, how was the painting, what was the face of the painting. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as they clattered. Now clattered is when the loudly she was speaking, and Peggy was surprised that she was running so badly, and what has so happened that she was running and wanted to tell something. Up to her room where Wanda's drawing was lying face down on her bed, Maddie carefully raised it. So till now maybe it was not observed, face was not observed by Peggy. So now Maddie carefully picked up the picture and saw its front, and then she saw the face. Look, she drew you. That's you, she exclaimed. And that's the head and face of this picture look like Peggy. Now what she's saying, let's see if you see the face of this picture. Peggy, can you see this face? This picture is having the face of you, just like you. It's yours picture is made by Wanda. So this Peggy also observed, and both the girl, they were astonished, they were surprised that really, so it means she liked us, and she had given those faces intentionally. She has given those faces to those paintings because she was making the paintings for them only. What did I say? Now, what did I say, Peggy? She must have really liked us anyway, said Peggy. Now Peggy, because she was overconfident also, and but she was overwhelmed over the feelings that paintings were made for them. So what she thought here, she's saying that I told you that the girl liked us, that's why she answered our letter also, and these paintings also she was making for us. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. Now Maddie also agreed that yes, Wanda liked them, Peggy and Maddie both, and she blinked away. The tears came every time she thought of Wanda standing alone in the sunny spot in the schoolyard and looking stolidly over the group of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she had said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. Now again, same here, stolidly, here is this word, you can see stolidly is not showing any feeling. So here when they were talking like that, so Peggy was happy that Wanda liked them. Maddie was also happy, but still she could not move that thought from her mind that this girl was standing alone in the schoolyard, and girls were laughing over her, and they were making fun of her, and she was answering about the 100 dresses made by her. So this thought did not go out of her mind, though she was happy that Wanda liked them and the paintings were made for them, but still she wanted that incident to happen. So this was all pricking her conscience, and she was feeling all the time, she was feeling bad for this thing. Okay, so that's the chapter. I hope you understood. Furthermore, we'll discuss about the chapter in question answers. Thank you.